Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Jojo Part 4, Episode 12. Last time we had another encounter with Red Hot Chili Pepper. And we were trying to get a location for him, but we didn't quite get our hands on him, and he managed to escape. And he's gonna take out Joseph as soon as he gets to the docks, because if Joseph gets to the docks and they make contact with him, then they can get the location of Red Hot Chili Pepper's stand. So we're gonna see. It's kind of a race, or just like, you know, how are we gonna tackle this whole thing?
Oh, you know what would be cool? What they should do is use echoes to like make a sound on the water that like stops the boat from being able to come into land. That's my plan.
That would be interesting. We're gonna see what happens in this confrontation, this episode of Jojo. Leave a like and subscribe. We're getting right into this. Check out Patreon. Support the official release. Let's go. Oh, he's looking out with Star Platinum's eyes. The lighthouse from the ED.
Okay.
Oh, he like destroyed the battery and reformed it?
That is true. I wish I said that. I was like, imagine if they just take like a remote control little boat or something over there.
They can travel over 100k per hour.
Red Hot Chili Pepper out there with his drone, like, finds a stray influencer around.
Let's just play the EDM version over this.
I wish we could. I originally said that I liked like this song more, and I still really like it. But we listened to the full version, like of the EDM version, and it was just so good. We were in the car, and it was just had it on full blast. It was so good.
I don't think Echoes Part 1 was, or Act 1 was on the wall there that was being destroyed originally.
No.
Like in the first version of the OP, I don't think that it was there. It was like Jojo or some shit like that.
Like I said before, though, it is kind of too bad that they didn't make that OP after it turned to Echoes Act 2. Because it was like the episode right after.
Jojo. Oh, the
like
creaking metal?
creaky.
That's the metal hand
Yeah.
over? Yeah. He looks mostly the same. Yeah. His dad.
Maybe that's why he can't see anything, because the glasses are like that big. I wonder if his mom will get to meet him again.
Do you think that'd be a good idea?
I don't know.
Oh shit. He thought of it too.
Yeah. In just 5 minutes.
You're gonna know my name, Spitfire.
You like really got the math on this.
Jujutsu. No amp? Or oh, maybe he has one plugged in on his hip
maybe.
or something. Utura Subagita! I love the English stuff.
It kind of reminds me of Cars a little bit. His design.
The hair?
Yeah.
Oh, and the wee.
Yeah, he just comes out. That's true. Yes. The pinky.
Just with his own hand. He didn't even use his
Still
stand.
gonna use only your pinky? Is this like totally messed up?
Is the rule that stands can only affect stands, is that still a rule or not anymore? Boogie! Through music, of course.
Honestly, that was something that I missed. The rules. Like, the more, like, restrictions you, like, putting on something, that was, like, always kind of funny.
The colors are insane. I remember... I guess I won't say that, I don't know. Oh my god.
You okay?
He's getting his emotions out through song. Apparently, that's always been his thing.
Is, like...
What's that? That song, it's a Van Halen song that
It's like really...
You gotta lay off the powder or whatever the fuck. You look, for 19, you look super old. The fuck? Dio, question mark?
Yeah. Good question. What was it?
What? He just like used the speed of the stand to move him.
Damn. Chili Pepper
moving at the
must've
speed
gone
of light.
Really fast. Oh.
Koichi, do something!
You're seeing all this, and you're telling us
Use your
about it.
super situational support-based stand and, you know, make some shit happen.
This is like whack-a-mole, but it's like the opposite. The mole's whacking you.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been smart to do like as a preliminary. I mean, you can move at the speed of light, so...
Yeah. Okay, come on. Echoes, where are you? No.
Can I?
Oh.
He restored the asphalt into a different form, into its base components.
It's pretty slick.
Great.
Nice.
This fight really does feel like a part 2 kind
Yeah.
of fight. Like Joseph, I think they brought out the inspiration. Now
Yeah.
that Joseph's coming back.
Yeah, Joseph's coming back, so
They're trying to make that
him,
connection.
Like all cool, like playing some mind games with
Yeah.
him, and the villain's all like eccentric, and you know, making all these.
Oh shit! And they hear it, or they
was
see
out
it.
of control.
They see it, but they're just like, we have to keep going. Jotaro just has to trust them. Oh. Overdrive!
All of the towns look great. Okay, well, if he's doing this, in the meantime, they should find a way to get rid of that plane.
True. That sound design.
Is this... Shit.
Oh my god. The sound design is so good.
The like electricity.
Yeah.
Looks really nice.
And they're using different ones, like, you know, they're not reusing the same sound.
That's the evilest thing you could do.
Rubber.
Little did you know. Yeah, it's like very, very similar.
But can it escape through the wheel?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, once it's in there, it doesn't have any way to get power. And like they said, they just used up all the power in
But
the
a
town.
tire isn't like this on
Yeah.
around. It's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power of the entire city, I don't think it's enough. But was that part of his plan all along? Next, you'll say.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh. They're just flinging him into the ocean now? Perfect.
Now he's grounded, right? All the
Well,
electricity
Arcus
is
is,
just
like,
dispersing
going out.
across the ocean now. I mean, that should be the same for just the Earth as well, though.
Well, the air, like, it's not conducting through, like, the ground or the air.
Not the air, but like the Earth. It's called being grounded for a reason.
But the I
If
guess,
he's
but it's
touching
not
the Earth.
conducted- Like, I don't know.
I think that's why it's called being grounded, is because you're attached to the entire, like, Earth, basically. You're attached to, like, the ground, and then you're grounded. If I know, I might fucking be wrong, I don't know.
Good question.
Fried him. One-way ticket.
Oh, he's little again.
You can use both.
Oh,
You
nice.
can go back and forth.
Oh, nice. I wonder if it's a different range depending on which one he uses. That's awfully dangerous. He's holding-
An old Japanese manga reference.
This piece of shit. Oh my god.
He's like super awkward.
Yeah, since they think that they killed him, they don't need to find him anymore.
Yeah. There's that guy in a hat. Did you see that?
No. Oh. You guys. Looking awfully sus.
Great.
Oh my god, are they gonna rely on Joseph?
They're relying on fucking... Oh, I guess, yeah. Fucking Okiyasu's in the middle.
He never knows what to do.
Oh my god. It looks so fucked up. How did he figure it out?
I don't know. How did he know?
I guessed.
Just punch him in the face normally,
Yeah.
so that if it's not, they're erased from existence. That's so sad. He's gonna fix it.
He chose not to fix it and instead to hold his hand. I actually didn't notice that the first time. Oh. Maybe I did notice it, I just forgot.
Sometimes. It was such like a heartwarming and like emotional thing, and then they just a loose hand.
What'd you think of that episode?
It was so sad. I almost cried. I like. It's just so depressing to see Joseph like that. Honestly, like it's I didn't expect to get so sad about it, but it's really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Yes.
Especially when we see the fight, and in the fight they did try to make Josuke like not just a total Joseph like knockoff, but it was similar to part 2. It was like more of the mind games, and Josuke's stand kind of lends itself to that as well, because he does have to plan ahead and like break something or like do something, so then in the end he can pull one over on them by like fixing the thing. Mm-hmm. He's done that a couple times, but that's so similar to Joseph in part 2, where it's always the like, oh, you know, next you're gonna do this, and then it freaks them out, and then he, you know, takes them down. But I don't know. So they bring it back to that, and then they just show Joseph, and he's just so weak and old, and it's because we saw him already in part 3 where he was like old, but he was still useful. There was like moments where his age definitely, you know, was a thing, but it wasn't, you know, now he has the mind of like an old man as well as the body of an old man, and it's just really sad to see. I thought that they were gonna, I did think on the boat that they were gonna, like, he was gonna ask Joseph who the like imposter was, and Joseph wasn't gonna know because he was old, and he was gonna pick the wrong person because he was all senile or something. I thought that they were gonna do that.
That would've been funny.
Like, just like, Mr. Joestar, sir, which one is the imposter? Oh, he like can't see.
What would have been funny is if he did, and then he did that, like he picked the wrong one. You're just like, oh my god, this old fucker. And then Okuyasu punches out the actual like worker, and then oh well, now that that's done with. Sir, can you help me up? My cane seems broken. And then he's like trying to play the part. Oh, sure. Helps him up. And that's when Joseph like fucking chokes him out or like throws him overboard or something. And then that would have been awesome, because then it's just like, and then the guy who got punched is in there like, why did you do that? Why did you say that, Joseph? Mr. Joestar, why did you say that? And then he's just like,
to lure him closer.
Yeah, I needed him to think he was safe before I struck.
Not as fast as I used to be.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they would have done something like that to show like he does have that like wile about him, but I think it's also just showing I think they didn't do something like that, not because, you know, I think that they did it on purpose. I think that Araki, he wants to show a different side of Joseph, a newer version of Joseph, so he's not like the witty, perfectly sharp, you know,
and I think that's as well, like
anymore.
They show those qualities in Josuke, his son, and then like how it has been passed down, and Joseph isn't that anymore.
Yeah.
So all that's sort of left of that is, you know, already in Josuke.
Yeah, and it's the personal journey is big for this episode. The way Joseph the whole time at the beginning to the end, or like just to when the boat docks, he's sitting there thinking like, I'm not looking forward to this at all. But and he's just like so worried about like how it's gonna be. Is it gonna be weird or whatever? And
You mean Josuke?
yeah, I do mean Josuke. And he's just kind of dreading it the whole time. But then when the opportunity comes, he does make the most of it. And yeah, it's really interesting. I wonder if Joseph is not as good of a parent because he didn't have parents. He grew up, his dad died before he was born.
When he met his mom, he like wanted to fuck her first because she was the same age as him.
He's not a very good parent because he didn't have very good parents. He wasn't bad. He was pretty good to Holly.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was all that present. If we're like reading his life properly, we didn't get a lot of details from that.
He was like very doting and really loved her. But
we don't know how much he was around when she was growing up because he was all over the fucking place.
It seemed like he was just like taking off for any reason ever. And
then he was just working really hard, and fucking bitches in Japan.
But yeah, it's it is just sad to see him like that with his little glasses. They just look so pathetic. I don't know. I don't know. Like if you like, well, maybe they're for reading. So he can just like he can look through them, but he would lose them if he needed to take them off. I don't know. Oh, no. But it makes me sad.
Well, now so Red Hot Chili Pepper is taken care of.
Yeah.
It's over. And now, like Jotaro said, and it's just about finding the bow and arrow so that nobody else can get it and keep making fucking stand users who
I feel like someone else is already gonna have it. just a prediction.
Yeah, so they're looking for the bow and arrow, and there's seemingly unrelated. There's severed hands all over the place. Yeah. So we saw this, and then if you remember at the start of episode 1, do you remember that?
No. Oh.
First scene of episode 1.
Weirdly, like the same like nail design.
Similar.
And she's also wearing a ring. Not the same type of ring or on the same finger. But it could be related.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what that is or like what kind of stand would lend itself to that. Or, you know what'd be crazy? If there's some shit like this, but it wasn't even a stand, it was just a serial killer that was, they like thought that it was a stand, but it was just a guy like killing women, stealing their bodies and leaving the hand behind as like their signature. That'd be pretty crazy.
A lot to look forward to in this season of JoJo. Hope you guys leave a like and subscribe. We're moving right along. Did you want to talk about that Joseph stuff, about him being old?
Oh yeah, we were talking yesterday and a little bit this morning about how like changing from Hammond to Stan's kind of has influenced the story in a lot of ways in terms of like power scaling and different abilities and stuff. But another thing that has happened is that Joseph is not young I guess not forever
young,
but not young, unnaturally young for a unnaturally long time. Because like when Joseph met Lisa, his mom, she was like 50 and he looked to be like around the same age as her, like 20s or 30s. When we saw Straits, was that in part, that wasn't, yeah, part 2. We also saw Straits, who was like probably 70 or some shit. I don't know. He raised Lisa. And he also still looked extremely young and was like whipping around all over the place. He was also a vampire.
He became a
vampire. But even before that, he was still like relatively youthful.
Yeah. He was in his 70s or 80s, and he looked like he was in his 40s.
Yeah. So it's just another interesting thing, because if you had stuck with the power system of like the ability that keeps you young and spry for a long time, you wouldn't have the same dynamic of people like Joseph getting old and decrepit and like that bringing something new into the story. Because like we have this super emotional moment here, and it's not like, oh, you're my dad, but you look the same age as me. It's like, oh, you're my dad and you're old, and it's sad.
So you're just saying they're going in a different direction.
Yeah, they're going in. I'm just saying it could have been different, a lot different if you hadn't changed it up to stands and like changed the way it kind of works.
Yes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe. Moving right along. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.